when Delbert sent that to me and I saw it the first time, with the exception of the young lady that pulled the half-eaten sandwich out of her pocket, I can honestly say that I've probably done each and every one of those things when when I was in a group, when we were looking for somebody to volunteer to pray. Even in our own dinners, we do, with the family, we sit down at the table and everybody's seated. We put the thumbs up. The last person to put the thumbs up is supposed to pray. Inevitably, there's always a discussion as to who was last and who should be doing it and whatnot. It usually ends up being Tabitha or I that say the prayer before our meal. But, we all struggle with prayer. Not sure why. It's such a simple thing to do. Jesus even gives us a prayer to pray. Tells us how to pray. And it's such a powerful part of being a Christian. And it's one of our most basic tools. And it really shouldn't be treated like they did in that video, and like we do so often as an unknown thing, or something that we should fear, or disrespected or ridiculed. The young lady who pulled that sandwich out of her pocket, I was like, really? Come on. The cookies you may have in your pocket, it's the same thing, but, or pulling that bag out of your pocket. The ditto thing that two guys had going back and forth. It made me realize how often we don't treat prayer as part of God. And we talk about fearing, a reverent fear of God. We should have that same kind of reverence when it comes to prayer. Not that it's something, big and hard and specific, something that we have to do, but it is a prayer. And the verse that I read when I first started preparing this is out of Romans 12. It's the one in your programs, but it's really just the last three words of that verse that got me going, and that is that we are to be devoted to prayer. And prayer is much more than just a tool. It's a method of communication. It's a witness to our faith. It's even a weapon. And Jesus set the bar high when it comes to prayer. We read in the New Testament how often he went off to be alone and pray to the Father. But he also gave us just a basic prayer that we need, and we really should pray every day. The early church was always praying. It was born during a time of prayer. Remember back to that first day of Pentecost, the first Christian Pentecost. What were the 120 doing up in that room? They were unified in prayer. They were praying that what Jesus told them would happen would come to happen. And after that, they never stopped. The Apostle Paul taught us to pray diligently every day, all day. That doesn't mean you have to be reciting the Lord's Prayer every moment of your day. But it does mean you have to be ready in prayer. That you should be prepared that when something happens to you, you're ready to talk to the Father and say, thanks, Dad. Or, hey, I need a hand getting through this. Help me control my anger for that guy who just cut me off going down the highway. Or, better yet, Lord, bless the people that are coming in contact with this person because they're dangerous, and I want them to be safe. I want him to be safe because he may have a family. And these kids don't deserve to be without him. And whether we do it on our own or we do it as a congregation, prayer is your witness of faith to God and to man.